The power of commitment. Do you realize that you can be, do, or have anything you want if you're truly committed to it? Whatever you fully commit to, give yourself into, stay loyal to, completely decide for, you're going to experience. You're going to create or attract, whichever way you see it, anything you're fully dedicated to, fully committed to. Now, people don't really want to fully commit. They don't like fully committing. Okay? Full commitment is rare. Even people who say, yes, I'm fully committed, I'm fully with it, they waver. They have doubts. Why is that? It's due to a succession of disappointments they've experienced in life, a succession of broken trust. Okay, so they supposedly trusted in something, then their trust was disappointed. They committed to something and then turned out disappointed. And that appears very painful, very hurtful for people when they've, for example, given their whole heart, their whole commitment to one person, and then that person leaves them. And they'll say, I did everything for her, I committed to her, and she left me, I wasted my life, I've wasted my time, and so forth. So people are afraid to fully commit. They say, what if I fully commit and it doesn't come true? What if I give my whole self and it doesn't come true? But I say all of that is nonsense. I say, if you were fully committed in the first place, it would have come true. If you were fully committed to that partner, she wouldn't have left you. As well as fully committed to yourself, by the way. If you were fully committed to that goal, you would have stuck with it until it comes true. Okay? That's my radical view of commitment. People who say their faith was disappointed never had faith in the first place. I know this sounds radical and quite amazing, but that's what I teach and that's what I believe. When you have faith, when you believe, when you're committed, you will not be disappointed ever. Of course, it requires some persistence or consistency sometimes. Okay, but whatever you've dedicated yourself loyally with a sincere heart has to come true. It's the law. You don't live in a cruel universe that does not reward true commitment from the heart. Now, in my seminars, there's a trick I use to test whether somebody's truly committed or not, whether he truly believes. You see, belief and commitment, they kind of go together. If you truly believe in something, you're committed. And if you're committed, that means you truly believe it. And I have this test. I say to the person, okay, do I have your word that what you say is going to manifest? Do I have your spoken word, your promise, your commitment that this will come true? Okay? And that gets people thinking. Gets them thinking whether they're really committed or whether they're just talking. And many people, they're just talking. Okay? They just talk and talk and talk and talk, but they don't feel anything when they talk. They don't feel this full 100% dedication. And usually when I ask that, Some drop out, and some still say, yes, you have my word. And then often I go one step higher, and I say, okay, do I have your word it will come true by this and this time? Okay, and then another percentage of people drops out, but some still stick to it and say, yes, you have my word that it will come true, my goal, my dream, whatever, within this time. And then, to really test their commitment, I go one step higher and I ask, okay, if this doesn't come true, what are you willing to sacrifice? Or, if this doesn't come true, will you give me $1,000? Or if it doesn't come true, will you give me $10,000? Or whatever is difficult for that person to pay. And this is where 99% of the people drop out and say, no, that's too much for me, I don't want to give you $10,000 if I don't make it. That puts me under too much pressure. That's too much pressure. But if you look at what's really going on here, is the person saying that does not truly believe. He's not truly committed, 100%. Otherwise, he'd never even consider that he has to pay me that money or sacrifice anything. You see, if I truly believe something, of course I'll give you $10,000 if I don't achieve it. Of course. Because that's never going to happen. You're never going to see your $10,000 because I'm going to make it. I might not define it at a certain date, okay? But I know I'm going to make it. And that's the test you can give yourself. Okay, you could write down, I'm going to achieve this and this by this and this time. And if I don't, I'm willing to Okay? You can see this as a self-punishment, but it's not really punishment if you truly believe it's going to come true. This is also not a motivation exercise where, you whip yourself or anything. It's merely to see whether you're really committed or not. I mean, I once did this exercise with somebody and he didn't make it, and I didn't collect the 10,000 from him. That's not what the exercise is about. The exercise is about, are you really with it or not? He then eventually did make it, but much, much later than we said. But that doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter when you make it or when it manifests, as long as you're committed to it and you know it's an integral part of your life. That's all that matters. It's yours already. And so be it. If you'd like to learn more about reality creation, I recommend my reality creation and manifestation video course, which contains more than a dozen unpublished videos, unpublic videos, for your further education. It's available at realitycreation.org. My name is Fred Dodson. Thank you very much.